Her body's gold like September. She burns through the night like an ember. And all those things we try forgetting, I remember. But we say we all fine, we all fine.
What's going on, guys? Jay Hoyt back with you today. Today we got an episode of Hockey Ultimate Team. Well, this time we're going to be talking about Microsoft and how I outsmarted them. So in this one, obviously, if you guys remember a while ago, my original Xbox Live account got banned. You know, if you guys don't know what happened, go watch the video. It's called Banned, or I Got Banned. I don't remember what it's called. But either way, go watch it if you're confused. But either way, I'm going to talk about Microsoft's report and block system today. And not only that, but the stupid, steps you have to go through to try to file an appeal and, go through the stupid questionnaire thing. And I want to go through some of the questions from that questionnaire. So, first of all, if you have an Xbox, go to your friend's account right now. So if you're playing a game, pause it, hit the little, the guide button up top, the little Xbox symbol, or if you got a modded controller, hit the button that's normally there. Go to your friend's account. Are you there? Now go down to report or block. Right? So you see, report, I think it's gamer tag, player profile name, and, all that good stuff, right? You see it? So you can report your friend right now for doing nothing. So, you're on the report or block screen. You click on report. So, player name and gamer tag, cheating, player profile, voice communication, unsporting behavior, and quitting early. So, you guys see all that. So, you can report, your friend for doing nothing. But then you can report them for any of these reasons at any point in time, as many times as you want to, for no reason. Which is the same thing that happened to me. Now, it wasn't one of my friends or my brother or anyone, but it was someone else that false reported me for doing nothing wrong, and I keep getting these stupid suspensions. So, either way, I'm going to go through this questionnaire quick and try to go through it kind of quickly because it's going to take a little bit. So, the first question on this questionnaire, and hopefully it pops up on screen for you guys if I remember. It says, there is nothing wrong with a purple avatar. It just looks cool. Okay, so let's break this one down. There's nothing wrong with a purple avatar. First of all, what the heck's an avatar? Now, if we're talking like Xbox 360, the little person that stands, you click on your name and the little person pops up and dances and spins around. Are we talking about that person? Or are we talking about the little picture that goes next to your gamer tag? Like there needs to be, I don't know what that is, personally. Like, it wasn't just, a show for YouTube. I actually don't know what that is. So, maybe there's a purple one. I don't know. Maybe it just looks cool. So, either way, I don't know what a purple avatar is. So, I think I put true because I didn't really know the answer. And this is question 1, too, of this one. And it says, sorry, that's incorrect. Oh, really? Unauthorized avatar modification requires third-party programs that can threaten the integrity of Xbox Live service. To ensure Xbox Live security, accounts with modifications cannot be permitted. So apparently you can't do that. So there's nothing wrong with the purple avatar. Okay. So it doesn't say anything about third-party programs, and it doesn't explain what an avatar is. Like, you see what I mean? It just doesn't make sense. So, that one kind of got me because I didn't know what an avatar was, and I was too lazy to look it up because it was like 2 a.m. and I was just like, I'm too tired for this. But I'm going to go on to the next one, where this one is a bit interesting. A little bit more interesting, I should say. This one says, do you consider yourself a fair gamer? And do you show good sportsmanship? So, the main reason I screenshotted this one was because there's 2 questions there. Now, there's only one answer, but there's 2 questions. So it says, do you consider yourself a fair gamer? So let's pretend you put yes for this one, right? But then, do you show good sportsmanship? What if you wanted to put no? Like, what if you don't show good sportsmanship? So you'd have to either put yes or no for both questions. So you see what I mean? They're setting you up to fail in this situation. So if one answer is yes, one answer is no, you have to pick yes or no. So either you're lying about one of them, or like, you see what I mean? There's two questions and only one answer. That's how stupid this is. So let's go to the next one. So the next one, I think we're on number 3, is If a player is constantly annoying others in a multiplayer game, there's nothing wrong with telling them off. They deserved it. Now, I want to explain something. So pretend, you're in a game, you're playing Call of Duty, you're playing, Halo, you're playing anything that has like a big lobby of like 10 plus people, and you get into a game with, just say, an annoying kid that's, just say, 10 years old, right? Now, obviously, this is a hypothetical situation, but so if he has a really, really bad mic, it's making a terrible sound, and you say, hey, man, can you mute your mic, unplug your mic, try to fix your mic, do something, because your mic's sounding terrible, then is that telling them off? No, in my opinion, it's not. But if you say, hey, start, swearing at them and, saying some other choice words and, going off on the kid, I would assume that would be the telling them off part. I get that part. But now, if you're, like, telling off like a little kid, they're going to take it a lot differently than, like, a 25-year-old person, right? 10 years old and 25 years old, both are going to take it way, way differently. So that's where you get all the reports, is from basically little kids that get butthurt over no good reason. It's not like they're being actually harassed. Like, it's online. If they're not used to this by now, then they should probably get off the internet. Just saying. So obviously this answer is pretty obvious, but harassment and abuse is never tolerated on Xbox Live. If you encounter an offensive player, you should block communications to file a complaint, which is things from the Xbox 360. Now here's the one that, like the one before where it has 2 questions, only 1 answer. This one has 2 meanings, in my opinion. So this one says, some offenses result in an immediate permanent suspension, regardless of previous behavior or activity. Or history, I mean, not activity. What am I reading? So I took this one as some offenses result in an immediate permanent suspension, meaning it could mean as soon as you get reported for, just say, cheating, then you immediately, so that, there's no time in between the report and you getting banned, that immediately it's a permanent suspension, right? Or it could be the first suspension you get is a permanent suspension and not just like a week of not being able to play Xbox. You see what I'm saying? It could either mean it happens right away or the first thing that happens. So it could be taken 2 different ways. But obviously, I've been through it before, so I knew the answer to this one. But it says, depending on the severity of the offense, the enforcement team may issue an immediate permanent suspension. So they still don't clarify it, but it kind of means they can, the first thing that happens could be a permanent suspension regardless of your history. So that one could be taken 2 different ways. If they clarified that a little bit more, would have been better, but obviously I really don't care that much. So the next one is a bit interesting as well. And the next one says, I can't get suspended for having a poor connection even if it causes a multiplayer game to lag. And what I took this as, now, like I said, it was early in the morning. It was like 2, 3 a.m. And I took this one as purposely making the game lag, which is what the actual answer is. But I took it the wrong way in this one. So I got it wrong. But I took it as having a poor connection on purpose. But it means, if you just have terrible internet, right? You live in the middle of a forest and you have just horrible internet. That's what it means, right? But I took it the wrong way. So I got this one wrong. But clarify this a little bit better. That'd be wonderful. So the answer, I think, was, if you purposely make, or you can't get suspended if you have a poor connection, but only if you purposely make it, be affected. So talking about lag switches and stuff like that in this one. So this one, again, is a really, really common sense answer. And it says, threatening offensive gamers by pretending to be a Microsoft employee is okay. I'm helping Xbox root out the unwanted members of the community. So let's read the first 3 words of this, question. Threatening offensive gamers. Now, unless there's a double negative in this one, you know what the answer is. And then also it says pretending to be a Microsoft employee. So obviously you know what the answer is. So I think it was false in this one. Yeah, it's okay. So it's false. And then it says it is never acceptable to impersonate a Microsoft employee, moderator, or support staff on Xbox Live. If you encounter an offensive player, please mute or block the player and file a complaint, which again is from Xbox 360. The next one we have is the stupidest one I think so far, and it says trolling is a fun activity. Now myself, I don't go on Xbox Live and troll people. However, I know some bigger YouTubers do, and you know, they make good videos out of it and they have fun with it and they don't care about doing it. However, trolling is a fun activity. It could be, yes. However, if you're going to troll your friends online and someone else hears it, they may take it way differently. But when you're trolling your friends compared to other people, it all depends on how people take it. If they just, you know, tell someone they suck when they're on the top of the leaderboard and they take it, you know, haha, you know, you're funny, and just start laughing, that's one thing. But if you're, you know, being actually abusive and harassing someone and you know, use the excuse of trolling of it, then that's completely different, right? So trolling could mean two different things again. So playing, you know, both sides of the card here again, trolling's a fun activity. Yeah, it could be. I don't do it personally, but I'll say yes, it's a fun activity. But also, if you read their code of conduct, attempts to harass, abuse, or provoke other players will not be tolerated tolerated on Xbox Live. Though some may perceive trolling as funny, it's abusive towards other players and strict violation of code of conduct. So they don't really specify what level of trolling here. So like I said, you could troll your friends, you could troll the people. It all depends on how people take it. So this one is really stupid. The next one, using a computer program to alter my Xbox Live account can result in a suspension, even if I just use it to change my avatar's skin color or tenure level. Now, first things first, if you guys have anything to do with the online space as far as Xbox or PlayStation, and it says using a computer program, most likely means a third-party thing to where it's a mod or, you know, it's a hack or something that's probably not permitted in the terms of service. So immediately, that's a pure giveaway. The second thing is to change your avatar. Still, what the heck's an avatar? Nobody still knows. And then the third thing, what the heck is a tenure level? Like, are we from like 2004? Like, I don't get this. So the question just doesn't really like, it's just so confusing. So let's go to the next one. I think we got two more left. This one says, lying about my location is a justifiable way to acquire discounted software. Now, if you were raised by a parent or, you know, a guardian or an adult of any sort, hopefully they taught you that lying is probably not the best option. Hopefully someone taught you that. So immediately the first word is lying, which usually isn't the best option. So immediately you know what the answer is. Then discounted software, hopefully, I'm guessing that means, you know, mods or hacks or something. So obviously that's just dumb. But it says Xbox takes fraud very seriously, and any attempts to disrupt the integrity of the Xbox Live marketplace will result in an enforcement action. So again, kind of obvious, but probably should explain what the heck you're talking about. And the last one for today says, can I choose a new gamer tag after receiving a forced gamer tag change? Now this one took me a bit to answer, and the reason why is because I've been trying to think about how it went through the system, because I've never gotten received a forced gamertag change. I've had my whole account banned. Does that make sense? So I never had to change my gamertag. I just had to create a new account, and I'm gonna probably change my gamertag sometime soon here. But can I choose a new gamertag after receiving a forced gamertag change? This one, either you have to know the terms of service, which nobody knows because no one reads it, or, you know, you just have to get really lucky and guess. So I think I put true on that, or yes on this one. But it says, sorry, that's incorrect. After receiving a forced gamertag change and a new system-generated gamertag, players may purchase a new gamertag through the standard gamertag change process. So when I first read this, I was like, okay, you kind of get a new gamertag no matter what. So it'd be, but then they say choose, and it's like, okay, it kind of throws it off a little bit. But then the new system generated gamer tag is like the gamer tag you first get when you buy a new account or get a new account. So in my case, it's like Indigent Bog is mine. But if I change it back to like jhoyt74, then that's a new gamer tag apparently. But it wouldn't be the other way, you know, vice versa. So that one's really dumb. So on that note, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. If you guys did enjoy, hit that like button. Comment what you guys think of the whole report and block system. Have you guys ever had, you know, any type of thing with the suspensions or resultant blocks or reports or anything? Let me know you guys' best stories down in the comment section below, and subscribe for more. Anyway, guys, I'll see you later.
Jumping off the porch like mom's not home.